we go. Figured it out. I was putting the two filters on, and the open threshold for the noise gate, 0. It just was blocking everything. Let's set a controller. Here it is. Oh man. So since we last did this, my next side's gone from like a what was it? I think it's like a 14 to 15 in however the US. No, it's like between 14 and however the US measures it. Now it's a 16. So for a while I didn't. I think I was in denial because I wasn't like gaining weight. It's just my neck. All that lifted, all those jeans. Only half there. So I was kind of in denial about it. Then finally I just went punching shirts that had the neck that I need. So don't choke yourself. Up here. What are you doing? Fine evening. Oh, you still can't hear me? Okay. Oh. Because this is too quiet? Back to the menu real quick. Theme going again. I want to save. Could also put it closer to me. That'll probably help. That seems too low. Okay, that seems a little better. These are the same settings from the other scene? Problem is I can't bring the mic too close to where it's like blocking the screen. I guess I could do like that. That's probably fine, right? Bring it down to. If I start clipping, let me know. I can lower the volume. This thing is supposed to have its like own compressor, but I don't really know how good it is. It seems fine in the other streams, but I don't know. It's already seeming to be working a little weird compared to the other streams. I don't know why. So I am caught up. I did. That's fair. Like, clipping from the 5th floor isn't great. Although clipping from the 1st floor is even worse. If you materialize in the solid ground, just dead. Not that type of clipping. None of those types of clipping. I mean, on the sound. Yeah, I'm in the red. In the red. Don't want that. You know what? Let's have a limiter filter. Ah, limiter. I guess we'll just clip. I couldn't. Sorry, I should have warned you all. All right, let's test it again real quick. Clip, clip. Better. Way better. Way better. Up just. None of the commands work, unfortunately. Because they're not in the right they don't have the right location. Since it's in a new computer, it's in a completely different spot than it was before. It doesn't have the same file path or whatever. So I remember where we are. I think the biggest problem is I'm looking at chat to the left. Let's bring chat over here, because then I'm looking right at the mic when I'm looking at chat. That's, yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. Also, thank you for the raid, Lugia. Everybody that came in. Okay. So this is Maya, who has in me, in her, and it's Preya Zealot or whatever that is dead now. We lost the first trial with some just terrible reasoning, and now we're in the middle of the second trial. The one thing I couldn't figure out, and if somebody wants to clarify, that would be great. There's a line that the judge gives in this case where he's like, if you lose, you'll get the death penalty or something like that. But I thought they had already gotten the death penalty from the first trial. Is that not what happened? Because otherwise I'm a little confused. Okay, so the first trial was just a life in prison. Got it. Thank you. Okay, so that's why this matters. In theory, it could still matter. But we're going to get out of it altogether, obviously. It's just going to be a little bit of work. So I got all the voices down. There's one I'm going to change. And I think it's going to be in me because I don't really know what I was going for with in me. It sounded too much like my Sadmati. Maybe a little older, but otherwise really close. And Sadmati kind of morphed into like a really bad Trunks. So yeah, let's oh, thank you. Yeah, it's long. It's super long. So I got a headband in. Push it back a little bit. I've never had it this long. But yeah, I have a bit of freedom right now, so I'm just giving it a little go just to see how it looks. You know, but I don't know how long that'll last, but it's fun. I like it. It's curly. Okay, I have an alibi. Oh yeah, he's like, I have an alibi. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the rites, I was entertaining guests at my home. And I believe my guests can indeed corroborate this. You had guests just past noon? That's right about the time Zealot was murdered. Yeah, this was their hour free time they have in between the 16 hours of prayer or 15 hours or whatever, and then 8 hours of sleep. Are you sure about that? Oh, God, I fucking hate when Phoenix does that. Absolutely. Come to think of it, Rafa told me about a spirit's memory. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled. Normally I'd skip the cutscenes, but I think it's probably okay to go through them here. That's what she would call me, right? Radish head. Fucking Rafa. Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? They pray in their sleep. Yeah, you know, Trep, we should be like, hey, how do we know that his cause of death wasn't frozen? And then they stabbed him. Have we explored that? Because I'm pretty sure dude was wearing like a cloth. Then again, Rafa is up there with like all of her skin exposed, and I'm like, you are going to lose that skin. Okay, so it's only like just past noon on the day before the rite. I was entertaining guests. Day before the rite. Okay, let me, before I start pressing, let's look at what was the fucking records button? Here we go. Okay. Wait, what was the day of the purification rite? May 9th. Somebody escaped day before. Oh yeah, Christ. There was something that we got from the house, wasn't there? I just want to make sure. I don't want to present anything yet, but I just want to make sure I remember. Okay. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite. It must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. Day before the rite, okay. Which is here. God damn it, stop that. Isn't he one of the guests, though? Huh. All right, let's press.
Hold it!
Use the word alibi as if it were second nature. Okay. Are you perhaps mocking me? Or is it perhaps the kingdom of Korain itself you wish to ridicule? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where Phoenix is coming from there. It was a worthless question.
Peace, 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 I say. Mr. Wright, would you care to clarify your last statement?
Well, I would like to strike it from the record entirely, personally. Please, don't take it the wrong way. It's just alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally. Shh. Let's move on. I assure you I know how to use the term. In fact, I had even hoped for a chance to do so one day. I suppose that even I, a high priest, am not immune to such trivial worldly attachments. Worldly, not wordly. Although I do like words. Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. It's almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this, before he died? Like, I know I'm going to be put on the stand once I am murdered. I gotta make sure to prepare my testimony ahead of time.
Hold it!
I mean, he was guests, and you were entertaining them personally. That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation. He said his guests could corroborate his alibi. That can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you've misremembered. God, do not doubt my mnemonic faculties. I may have died, but my memories up to that point are crystal clear. And to be fair, that's not that long ago for him, if there's like no gap in time. How we're doing on the on the volume of the game volume. I want to know how the game volume is. There was one pun I really liked. I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't in me, and it wasn't Zealot. Maybe it was the what was the name of the rebel guy who was the mountaineer who had the Midwest voice? That's Sir Bull. No. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that one, but that one is so bad that it's good. Like, these two are just kind of lame, but that one's like ridiculous. Game volume's good. Okay. If it ends up getting like, because one of the things I notice about these Ace Attorney games is that sometimes it'll creep up for like Pursuit or something like that, and suddenly it'll be a lot higher than I expected. So, which is weird because you wouldn't expect it in a game like that. You'd expect that in like an action game where it's like explosions and stuff like that. I did not like Real Namu. Sorry, he's pretty thin-skinned for a priest. Though I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory. Okay, but we did just go through this. So we're gonna just go ahead and skip through that one. Ah, there's nothing better than enjoying... What was this? Ingil? Gingil? Or Gingil? 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 They pronounce the G differently in the same word? Yeah, Names was a stupid name. That's why we named it that. That's exactly the point. Look, I am not the best with names. I'm not super creative, okay? But I still know a bad one when I see it. Is that a J sound or a what would this be, the hard G? Well, all right, let's just go with Gingil, because that's what I assume it is. Gingil. Oh, right. Yeah, because my initial thought was that that's a rebel. But I could see why you'd think that's horrible. It makes sense. That one was interesting in that I think that was the first time I think people had two very reasonable interpretations of what the pun was supposed to be. Ah, there's nothing better than enjoying Gingil cuisine with dear friends. That way, everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous. Malodorous? Malodorous, that's gotta be right. Like odor? Malodorous. That sounds awful. I'm just gonna leave, that's what he said, not right.
Hold it!
Okay, can we get him to list his guests? And who exactly were your guests that day? Don't tell me they were rebels so they can't be called here to testify. Let them answer the goddamn question. Your first question was pertinent. We need to know that. Don't follow it up right away. You're cutting him off before he even answers. Ah, okay, here we go. It was none other than His Majesty along with his family. He couldn't attend the ride due to work, so he stops by ahead of time. My, how his daughter has grown. Wait a second.
Let me set the record straight. Oh, God. Water. I need water.
Hey, thanks, Tim. Much appreciated. I see you.
Let me set the record straight right now. I am not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal, Abbott and me. Lady Enmy's cooking simply cannot be beat.
Okay, so the judge is a witness. That's a problem. But I know we've gone through the whole... We actually went through all the recusing, and we went through the issue with that in, like, the first... I think we might have done it at the beginning of the first trial of this chapter. Or case, I should say. So there you have it. When exactly was His Majesty at your home?
He was there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Indeed, precisely the time period within which Acolyte Zealot was slain.
Yes, and we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Kachu Demal.
That's right. What?
I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the High Priest's home.
Oh, can we impeach the fucking judge? Because that would be great. All right, let's look at the... So the problem is that he's leaving out guests. But I'm not sure. It could have still happened between noon and 2. So that doesn't seem entirely incorrect, but I guess he's saying that those were his only guests by his language there. My guests that day were, and then that's it. So I'm assuming this is it.
Objection!
Nope.
Is something the matter?
Yes, it is. Because the letter or whatever doesn't actually. Maybe I need to press one more time. Because the letter doesn't actually say anything about the guest. It just says that. Oh, no. Okay. So, okay. So I'm assuming it's this then. And if it's not this, I just die.
Objection!
Then I just die. Okay. I'll press again. Want to get all my life back anyway. So there.
Oh, you're back already.
I think Maya would still be considered a guest, though, even if she's because if it's temporary, that's a guest. Like if you're at a hotel and you're staying there, you might be staying there for an extended period of time, but you're still considered a guest. At least that's how I'd argue it. But yes, I think you could make the argument that Zealot wasn't.
Hold it!
But obviously it's not the correct answer, so. Doesn't matter, the game disagrees with my
Hold it!
my argument. Your Majesty, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate? Okay, I'm actually gonna give him some slack here. I would probably be sweating bullets too if I looked at the judge like, are you sure you're telling the truth? Yeah, I'd be fucking Jordan Peele in that skit where is that his when he not his dying wife? They're talking about something. He's just waterfall sweat. One thing I'll point out, because I haven't released this video yet, because I think this is the 4th time I'm recording it, and I'll explain why in the video. There's actually reasons why I had to redo it. I spent the whole last year in court. Well, I don't want to say all day, every day, but like a majority of days of every week, I had court. So you might notice a slightly different approach in how I'm looking at certain things, because I had been out of litigation for state court litigation for so long Because when I was doing immigration, the only court I did was immigration court, which is an administrative court, which means it's a lot different from a state court or a federal court. Because administrative courts kind of have their own rules. They still have to follow the Constitution, but in terms of the rules of the court, there are some differences in procedure and stuff like that. So, and I didn't do it super often because it was so time consuming. And there was just the one attorney, me, that was doing all the immigration cases. So, but, so that's where I'm coming from at this point. But I did the first, 9 years? My career mostly was litigations. Anyways, just if you notice anything kind of that's a little different from before.
As sure can be. Oh, how wonderful it is to finally have my actions be admissible as evidence in court.
His Majesty was at my home during the exact period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime. How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you were using was off, or you misread the time? I mean, yeah, that's possible, but this seems like grasping at the weakest straw you possibly can.
There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact same time as my watch.
Well, what if both of those things were broken? Now do you understand, lawyer? How am I gonna attack his alibi? Maya, what do you... Oh, right, she's kind of busy right now. What, is there something on my face? No, not at all. I'll just have to start chipping away at that statement about his alibi. Okay, let me look at the autopsy. What is it? Two to 3, of course. Okay, so that doesn't... No. Oh, you know what? Let's...
Hold it!
Just in case it's one of those situations where it's like, you just gotta press everything and it moves forward.
Hold it!
Just past noon was 12, it was 2 or 3. I personally wouldn't call that just past noon. I guess I'm not as sloppy with my timing as the guy who started how many minutes late because of his audio issues? course. Good thing I did that. As you can see, my alibi is airtight. Or do you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zealot? His Majesty is a witness? Are you satisfied now? There is not a single discrepancy in Abbot Inme's alibi. If I give up now, it's all over. That's a name they should have made. It's and then Lover. That would just say lover, I guess. Now hold on a second. Wasn't there somebody that had like love in there? Was that in the guy in that security company? Am I remembering that correctly? That's with what's his face and his smoking hot wife. Now hold on a second. There's anything wrong with the high priest's testimony? I mean, there is, but like, it already told me that it wasn't a problem. So I guess that's my issue. But there is a discrepancy in the high priest's testimony.
There is. Well, then perhaps you can explain what it might be.
This is what is wrong with his testimony. He's too friendly with the judge. The prayer feast was short, doesn't seem, because it says as long as it's... Oh. It does say it starts at noon and must be finished. So that's not entirely wrong? Is there any problem with him knowing the time of the crime? I don't really remember the timeline as well here. Although... how would he know the time of the crime? Because we didn't know this guy was dead until after the high priest died. So that's got to be it, right? After Abbot Inme was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered.
Now that you mention it.
Despite that, you claim to have an alibi from 2 to 3 p.m. That means you knew that Acolyte Zealot was dead when you were still alive. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna give it to the priest on this one because I thought it was stupid that no one else noticed. It just looks a little suspicious that he didn't then tell somebody about it. But I really think everybody should have known. That dagger is a huge bird dagger that was in his neck. And not like lower neck either. Top of neck, protruding. Oh shit. Wait, I think I saw something just now. No, I must be imagining things. So tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed? About that, Open your heart, let the Holy Mother in.
Why, we've been blessed, the high priest's sacred words of prayer.
All who serve her holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their soul. Open your heart, let the Holy Mother in. Purge your mind of grace. Wait, was it grace?
I can feel as if my very soul has been cleansed.
You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it can't make a contradiction disappear. But it's a very classic deflection these days for people in the United States. Oh, yeah. Oh. That butterfly poops on him. How can you be so sure? What's that supposed to mean? This lawyer seems to think little of the power of Quirinus prayer. Huh? Abbott and me was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home. What? You can't just throw that out there. I guess the way I would do it is I would, on redirect, ask him about that and see if we can get away with doing it that way, as opposed to just throwing it out there in the void. You never cease to amaze me, prosecutor. As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideouts. It enabled me to instantly learn of anything unusual, even when I was not there. Well, then, again, why didn't you report it? Remember, the rebels had been using this as a top-secret hideout. Oh yeah, I guess if he were a rebel, then that might make sense. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus. Is a listening device an apparatus? I mean, I guess. It's just I feel like I've never heard apparatus used for something like that before. They don't poop. So what? They're 100% efficient at metabolizing all the intake into energy? Because if that's the case, that's some shit that needs to be studied. That's crazy. They only intake liquids, but they're still so good at converting that to energy that they can fly. That's, oh my God, that's nuts. Just means object. I mean, that makes sense. It's just, like I said, it's just a personal experience thing. Like, so this monitor is an apparatus. Like, that just seems weird. Wait, come to think of it, when I was searching that rebel hideout, there's something under the banner. Microphone? What's this doing here? Someone trying to record something with it? That was a listening device. It starts recording whenever it detects movement. I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and his family left. If you look in the desk in my study, you will find the tape in question.
All right then, bailiff, immediately.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Go retrieve the tape in question from the High Priest's home.
At once, Your Majesty. The power of Quirinus prayer. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it now. It's like the contradiction really did vanish.
We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. In the meantime, I would ask Abbott and me to continue with his testimony. Very well.
There we go. That's what we needed. The virtues. So I refamiliarized myself with the case prior to playing. So no, it hasn't been too much of a problem so far.
I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred.
Like, if it makes any sense, it's weirder for me to be streaming, and I've already done that a few times after such a layoff than it has been playing this game in particular. I guess because the way I look at this game, it being in like a legal comfort zone, even though it shouldn't be because it's, you know, nuts. I don't know. Or I guess it's just a gaming comfort zone, perhaps even more simply. But yeah, let me take a second to welcome everybody, and really done that so far. Thank you for joining. We're gonna finish this freaking game. So yeah, everybody, all you lurkers out there, I see you and appreciate you too. Everybody that I hadn't said hello to, good to have you back. And yeah, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I know I've said that before, but this time yeah, you'll understand when I'm finally satisfied with that video and I can post it. Okay.
I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye.
Oh no. 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 No, 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 no. No. No, that does not work. No. 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 No, no, no. No. How could she have been doing that if she was present at your gathering? Yeah, well, I'm a lot older than you, so I feel like people my age, when there's a meme that's been really funny, and it's not like we can't adopt new memes as well, but if we find a meme that's funny, we will keep it. And we will continue to use it over time. We just don't let any of them go. Because we're natural hoarders, I suppose. I know, like, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are more like, dead. Fucking, okay, that's stupid. That's legitimately stupid. You are intentionally depriving yourself of the ability to use something by arbitrarily naming it dead. You understand why that's stupid, right? Ugh. Thought I had it all under control, and then as soon as I start streaming, it's like, hey, remember your allergies? After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence. I have to find some way to attack his alibi. Only Maya were here. I mean, body's kind of here. He has a way of putting me at ease. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out. Though the high priest was a rebel, he was still a Carinus holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning, lest you invoke the ire of our people. Oh dear, he suspects the high priest may the holy mother smite him. Ugh. As if this wasn't hard enough already. Nice try, but I'll stop at nothing to find the truth. Yeah, fucking how was the 90s? It was excellent, thank you. I loved it. Everything was cool. I got to live through the Simpsons era in real time, the golden era. Even though my parents didn't allow me to watch it for the first several years, the 90s. Sorry, just reminiscing a little bit. Okay, I know I tend to jump the gun, but I do this to try to save time. Because otherwise these are very, 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 very long, obviously. This is worth it. Well, actually, before we do that, let's check for the entrance. Oh, there's that clock. That's interesting. Talking about time.
Objection!
Nope. Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to look at it. This guy. That photo. Where did he say the listening device was? I guess that probably doesn't matter. You would think it would cover the entirety of that room.
Objection!
God damn it. Okay, never mind. Playing this after years is hell. Oh, I kind of don't want to waste this fucking thing. All right, we'll just do it, and then we'll go through his...
Objection!
Wait, why was it different that time? Strange. You're entertaining His Majesty and his family during the crime? Indeed, my wife Believe was treating them to her wonderful home cooking. Your wife was there that day? Yes, we know this already. Why, yes, she was in the kitchen cooking up a storm the entire time. Did you believe that I, a man, when I have a woman to do those things for me, would have been the one cooking? What kind of savage are you? Jesus Christ.
Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day.
She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day. So the judge never saw Mrs. Inme. Did I have Abbott Inme add that statement to his testimony? Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. Probably gonna...
Hold it!
What was your wife making that day? We already know it's the Oh wait, never mind. The menu that day featured hot and spice. Hot and What's that supposed to be? Hot and spice. It's hot and spicy. I see. Okay. Hot and spicy. And melt in my mouth. Melt in mouth. That's so stupid. They are both traditional Koreanese dishes. They could only be with those names. I can't even begin to imagine what those are.
Ah, yes! The exquisite zest of hot and spicy, and the supreme texture of melt in my mouth.
I have to do like the my part. Like my brain won't let me not add that to the name.
Lady Inme's cooking that day was utterly unforgettable. Boy, did my toilet not forget about it either. Woo. Let me tell you.
Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal that I did not cook. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left, yo, what's up, Mouse?
Hold it!
You heard everything from a recording? Indeed. Each night I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secrets. Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone? Long years of ascetic. Long years of ascetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear. He doesn't even have to go that far, because that's ridiculous, but he could say, well, I mean, obviously I can't see something with my ears, but I definitely know who I heard. Practicing Koreanism improves your hearing? Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus and attain inner peace, all five senses can be sharpened. Why, the warbard over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it? Yeah, okay. I just found out it existed, so no additional thoughts other than that. I mean, I'm happy. I will play it for sure. I think it says they have like an alternate ending and stuff too. Like that's interesting. What's up, Vinces? Whole alternate plot. See, yeah. That. Reel me the fuck in with that.
Hold it!
Hold on, are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot Miss Faye?
I'd say that was the most reasonable conclusion under the circumstances. Or perhaps Acolyte Faye has an alibi that you can prove?
I'm afraid not.
Then I suggest you make like a mollusk and clam up.
I mean, it's not even that it doesn't make sense, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. There's so many better things you could say there.
Now I will continue my testimony if I may.
Hold it!
Loud noise? I'd say that's worth looking into.
It was a terrible crashing sound. Poor Acolyte Zealot must have felt so heavy.
Must have been the sound of that stone slab falling. Could I have him add that statement to his testimony? No, let's not use everything at our disposal.
As you wish.
Hold it!
You believe that terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zealot's death?
Yes. The sound, no doubt, was poor Zealot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his dear departed soul. Urshere Matami Yoma. There's no prayer in this. I mean, excuse me. I thought this was a reasonable courtroom for a second. I had high hopes that for that young man's future. Urshere Matami Yoma.
Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now?
Mr. Wright. You still feel the need to question the high priest? His alibi is as tight can be.
Well, didn't he say he wasn't murdered by something getting... he was stabbed. So, at the very least, what he assumes was the murder wasn't. So, I mean, from his perspective then, I would argue, well, obviously I didn't do it then because I didn't even know how he got murdered. I just knew he got murdered.
His alibi is tight as tight can be.
This isn't going so well. I'd better ask him about something else. I'm curious, Abbot in me. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after His Majesty left?
Yes, I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always had.
The victim's body?
It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it and anything else incriminating.
Oh, Coraline wasn't a Tim Burton film. I mean, kind of had the same vibe. I forget who did Coraline. It's like my wife's second favorite movie.
Always Pride and Prejudice.
Coraline is.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's go!
I forgot I made that. Yo, what's up, Techie? 69 months. Can we get an amen? Or wait, was it Shirash? Zushire Matami Yoma. Can we get a Zushire Matami Yoma? Yeah, he did Nightmare Before Christmas, which, again, that's a similar art style. I actually generally despise that art style. I know that's very heavy language to use there, but I can't finish The Nightmare Before Christmas, even though it's a lot, all that voice acting, it all seems great. I can't look at it. I can't look at it. I hate grossly over-exaggerated proportions. And that's why I struggle with starting One Piece, for that matter. But Coraline was a little different in that it wasn't human-centric. I mean, the girl, obviously, but like, there weren't a bunch of characters. You had like her family, and then the dude and the kid, and like that's it. And that style can play very well with like other living things, like some of the inanimate objects that came to life or whatever, or like cats and dogs. Like that's fine. But yeah, just the colors. Oh my God, colors. Anyways, yeah. Where were we? So when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does in this photo. Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas should be a the Winter Genshin event, like flagship event. Oh my God. Yes, I would say that is how it appeared that day. So the stone slab had been put back in place. Could Maya have done that herself? Mr. Wright! Is it not time to concede defeat? No, wait, I need just a little more time. You insist. It's your funeral anyways. Okay, let's on through a lot. Save this. Nope. 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 No. 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 I just... Like, we know that's not how he died.
Objection!
Like, that's how I would do it. But if we...
Objection!
Like, if we're going to talk about the slab, it's interesting because I feel like we're not... there's a short link missing, I think, going from A to B. So we'll see how this turns out. Evan and me, you said, and I quote, "Poor zealot, it must have felt so heavy." Okay, so yeah, it felt heavy. If something crashed, the only thing in that room that could have crashed that loudly were the stone slabs. And if it crashed, you could probably infer that it was heavy. So I'm not, we'll see where he goes with this, but I'm not sure this is particularly strong. Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in this photo. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. Well, obviously something crashed, and something in that photo had been put back. Because he said the crime scene looked as though, which would make sense if you pushed a stone slab onto somebody and it fell and killed them, you'd want to put it back so that everything looks like it was when you got there. That's why the blood was cleaned up. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zealot. Okay. I am confused about this. I'm sure it has to be something that we went through, but I don't remember this. He got stabbed, but also a stone slab fell on him. Because that's where the blood comes from. Oh, that's right, because it did the trap door thing. Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank you, Phoenix. Impaling him on the Warbod statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her benevolence's divine seance earlier. Would the defense please get to the point? My point is simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death. I still don't see your point. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. Why? And that is information only the real killer could have known. Ah! I definitely saw it that time. Got the High Priest spirit shaking in his boots, or should I say, sandals. Perfect! Need I remind you, Abbot Inme was with his Majesty at the time of the crime? Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer. That's true. Well, he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed. Something only the killer could know. Maybe he put out a hit. Conspiracy to commit murder, in some places, is the same as murder. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow? Oh, Mr. Wright, we're waiting for an explanation. I was just getting to that. Time to think of something quick. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because... heard it after. He heard it from the real culprit. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer. Huh? The real killer? Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but this is the only possible explanation. So tell us, who is this real killer? It's gotta be someone close to the High Priest, someone without an alibi. The person most likely to be Zealot's killer is, oh lord. I have no idea. He wasn't even here, right? She was there. Oh, wait. No. No. Don't make it her. She's so sweet. The judge never saw her. Oh. Man, that's sad. I mean, I haven't played this game in a year and a half, and it still makes me sad.
Take that!
Your Majesty, while you were visiting the High Priest's home, you didn't see Mrs. Inme at all, did you? No, I never saw her, but
Jump in, Jehoshaphat! What does that have to do with anything?
Did the high priest ever leave your sight?
No, we were talking the entire time, and the food was brought right to the room's entryway.
So the high priest has an ironclad alibi, but his wife does not.
What the devil are you insinuating?
I'm insinuating that Mrs. Inme might have killed Acolyte Zealot.
Objection.
Speculation. You have a lot of nerd making such a baseless allegation.
Tell your objection, I think, is good, but you should tell the judge what your actual objection is, the basis.
She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her.
No, we can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Mrs. Inme could have been the one posing as Lady Kira.
Objection.
Mr. Wright, did you know that butterflies cannot poop? They intake liquids only and convert that to energy at 100% efficiency rates. Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. Or do you truly believe that the
God, doing these throat voices, like, takes a toll. Woo.
Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot, though he was not a rebel?
Objection!
Where the fuck did you hear that one? No, Cacolia just gave them Cacolia. As we all know, the high priest was secretly a rebel. It would follow that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too.
Are you suggesting that Mrs. Inme killed her husband as well?
As sad as it is to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out.
Hold it. Gone! You claim my wife is that rebel hunting Lady Kira, and that she slew both Zealot and myself? My lovely wife, that is utterly impossible. Ah! Yikes! I have never seen the high priest so angry. It is as Abbot Inme stated, and the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it. And though it happened like a day ago. That's right, Mr. Wright. Now apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now.
This could be a problem that you would run into in this situation. As far as the court is concerned, there has been a finding of fact that Maya killed the high priest, and Phoenix then being an accomplice because he was the lawyer. So bringing in the argument that then that did not happen is something I would object to immediately. Like Satmati said, I would have brought that up a lot sooner, but I guess he didn't wait that long. Just let the priest talk first. But yeah, it's that can be a problem that you would run into in this.
Did I say this one? No, apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now.
No, I'm not going to apologize. Man. The true identity of Lady Kira is a major piece of this trial's puzzle. Admit it, Abbot Inme, your wife, Lady Inme, killed you. Yet even now you continue to lie in an effort to protect her. I'm not gonna lie, and it's easy for me to say this while being alive, but I could see why he's doing that. I would not be surprised if I would be doing the same thing in his situation. Hey, Lux. Thank you for stopping by. How absurd. It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira. For we were blessed by her holiness, and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother. I completely forgot about that. I don't remember that either. That abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me in that Acolyte Zealot was the accused. This is bad, but I can't give up now. Wait, so she couldn't have done it because she was pregnant? I mean, first of all, I'd want to confirm that pregnancy. But that doesn't preclude her from doing it. She has a big old... Yeah. Could hide a little Craig belly under there. See why not? Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. How could a weak young woman like her possibly... Yep. That would not be my personal objection, but if it gets the job done. You foolish oaf of a lawyer. If only you were as blessed as Lady Envy. Well, yeah, see, that's not the way I would have went. What? Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say the power. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels. What are you talking about? I mean, we're kind of looking at it. My good prosecutor, I see you have come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight. And you have figured it out as well, Abbott and me? May I ask you to explain it to this putrid-brained lawyer? Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. Or in devil. Well, that's... not racist. Nationalists? Nationalists? I guess that's just xenophobic, right? Well, might be quibbling over semantics at that point. Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how my fate is that murderous Lady Kira. No. You don't understand. Not nationalist. Nationalist-ist. But I guess that is being prejudiced towards a nationalist. It depends on what the definition of is. Well, if it would assuage your anger, then by all means, please testify. Wrong voice. Acolyte Faye channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. Speaking of dead memes, can we get the... Do people still say every fucking time there's an Among Us in any type of text? Oh, Among Us! So if you need to get it out now. There's a show or something now, which Don't get that, but okay. Okay. Anyways, what annoys me here is we've done this already. I do not want to. This was an entire case before. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman. But. Do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. This is the only way the accused could have defeated one rebel after another. I had a problem with it during that case, and I have a problem with it now, and I just have to deal with it again. Indeed, I am a living, shall I say, dead proof of her terrible power. Ah! Now his ability to channel spirits has come back to haunt her. Now, is it not time to let it go and move on, Defense? No, never. I'll never give up. Now what? Think. So, I don't remember. I guess the main difference between the two cases, I don't remember if once we got to the spirit medium part, if it was if we were arguing whether Maya did it on purpose or not, or if it was an accident, which could be like manslaughter, murder through negligence, whereas here they're claiming it was a premeditated, purposeful action with an intended consequence that came to fruition. But then we would have to go into, well, did she do it on purpose? If we were to stipulate that indeed she was possessed by that other spirit, how can I prove that Maya couldn't have channeled Lady Kira? See, I don't dislike Among Us like feet and oranges. That's intense. That is an intense accusation. We did, and it was fun. There's nothing wrong with it. It just kind of, like anything else, your interest in it's gonna wane. I should say, like anything else that doesn't have like deep lore that can continue, and it's kind of shallow. This is gonna get bored of it eventually. And that's fine. Everything has a shelf life. Hopefully not me, though, eventually. Boy, if we can get to that, what did she call it? Something about an outer space, like, ring of, like, mechanical ring that stores everyone's life data, so in theory your consciousness could remain alive as long as that thing was maintained. Oh my god. That sounds wonderful. Some people are like, you are fucking insane. Yeah, well, I've been going through some things, so give me a break. All right. true name is interesting. Yeah, we do know the true name. Okay, so how long has Maya been here? Has it been 2 years? I don't remember.
Hold it!
Because if this person arrived 2 years ago, you could argue, well, she wasn't around when that happened. But that doesn't mean that person who killed Zealot was the same person who had been killing all the rebels. So it's not terribly strong evidence. Oh, so she did coincidentally also show up with, okay. Well, can't even use that shit evidence. My client channeled Lady Kira. Isn't that a little far-fetched? Are you fucking kidding me, Phoenix? Far-fetched, you say? I'll present myself as evidence. Tell me, Mr. Wright, what do you see right now? Yeah, exactly. Why, the very fact that I am here proves she has the power to channel spirits. Yeah, Phoenix. What, you don't prove she actually channeled Lady Kira. Oh, but I do.
Hold it!
While it's true she may be capable of channeling Lady Kira, I doubt there's any proof she actually did. We are talking about the infamous rebel hunter here. That modern-day Lady Kira has captured many a rebel all by herself, and among them have been more than a few great warriors. Who but the real Lady Kira could have accomplished such a feat? Ugh. That's a reference I didn't need right there. It would be difficult for a mere mortal. It leaves the real Lady Kira of legend as the only likely answer. Indeed. Is this not proof enough that the real Lady Kira of legend had been channeled? That's not your job to argue. Real Lady Kira of legend. That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one. Again, the people of Khura'in believe legends to be true. Yeah, can we prove that she wasn't a real person?
Hold it!
Lady Kira is an actual person? Really believe there ever was a woman that powerful? One capable of battling rebels much bigger and stronger than herself? There is no way to prove that, but to doubt the existence of Lady Kira is to doubt Khura'inism itself. Oh God. Pun not intended. It is not for us to question. We must simply believe. Oh, so she's gonna get put to death because of faith. Great. Great. Take a guess at how much I love that in the court of law. Oh yeah, polka knot. Oh. Won't get anywhere until I can refute their claims with some evidence. Okay. just add that? No, I think a strength far beyond any mortal woman, and just how strong would that be?
You need but look at the wounds she inflicted upon my body. Though I had hoped to never have to think about that again.
Your wound? Pretty deep, and there was a tremendous amount of blood. Okay, but he looks like he could break apart pretty easily.
And while Acolyte Zealot was rather small in stature, he was strong. Nevertheless, he was no match for the sheer strength of Lady Kira.
Aya's spirit channeling is proof that she's Lady Kira. This is not good. No, Phoenix, it is not. I'll have to prove she didn't channel the original Lady Kira. Yeah, really. Part of no. No, no, no. Let's look at his stuff. Hmm. Real Lady Kira. On the right. I'm honestly at a bit of a loss here. Hmm. There. We don't seem to have any evidence that she wasn't real. Well, does it have to do with something with the strength? She used a dagger. Doesn't seem like something. Why couldn't a woman have done that? But I don't think that's what it is. You know what? I'm gonna. It doesn't seem to matter that we went through all these. I'm gonna give this a try just to reset the lives. Which one? The autopsy is. It says deep abdominal wound. That's true. Somebody would have to have strength to be able to push this over. I mean, it says speaking this name is unforgivable, but that she could still say it. Why not? Wait a second. No, that can't be right. Like, oh, it was actually the plum to punish her. Why would you? It wasn't like he was surprised. We can't find. There isn't anything here about like Maya having struggles with. Oh wait. We can't like use people, right? Yo, what's up, Tom? I am really curious. What direction do they want me to go here? Because the way I would go doesn't exist. Because it's already been defeated by, well, if we were to question that, it would be questioning our entire faith, and obviously not. So we are just going to establish by fact that she existed based on faith. So that kind of fucks my train of thought over. I mean,
Objection!
Okay, kill me so I can get my lives back. Okay, yeah, so that was there for me. Because I feel like it's something that I'm going to disagree with. Like, for example, if something were like, well, it says here that she can't speak her name, so I mean, she must not have spoken her name. That would irritate me. Far beyond. And I mean, quite frankly, if it is Lady Kira, that is... I mean, look... Those legs look pretty thick. So I would totally believe that she might have some above average strength. Says my got it. Warning.
Objection!
She's talking about like the wound on his body. Actually shows the wound. Oh, I meant to do the fucking autopsy. But the problem is the autopsy actually says deep abdominal. Did I say abdominal? Oh god.
Objection!
Okay, that's... Well, let's eliminate these things that seem like gigantic reaches. I mean, like, there's the statue.
Objection!
It's not it either. Because the statue, Zealot died to the statue. But she already... Okay, I'm gonna try this just so that I don't have to worry about this being the thing.
Objection!
I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God, if this is what I just said, Give it a chance. Let's see. Perhaps I am mistaken. The Tome of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira?
Yes, indeed, for it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within.
Oh, I wonder, is this a timing thing where she didn't get it prior to that point? Because I don't remember when Maya got it. Or did she even ever get it? Have it in me. I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira.
What nonsense. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain?
This is why my client couldn't have channeled Lady Kira. What? What? What the fuck am I looking at? What? 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 What's happening? Why couldn't Maya have channeled Lady Kira? No, it's not because of the feet. I don't see what the dagger has to do with anything. And we already know with this game, you have to be super fucking precise because we all remember what happened with that lantern, don't we? Is it the... Is there something else Maya needs to know to spirit channel? Like she can't see this person. So that's my guess? But I don't even remember if that's the case.
Take that!
Okay. That might just be a me not remembering that little tidbits sort of thing. Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tome of Secrets. You need both a name and a face to channel a spirit. Okay. Yes. So this is the first time I think we've actually run into an issue where I have no recollection of that being a thing. Nor did it come up when I was watching the prior VODs because I wasn't paying super close attention to details like that. If it was even mentioned or if that was something that you just kind of had to know. They probably mentioned it like way back, but it's something that you're like, oh, I already know that, so you kind of file it away. So, yeah, that makes sense. It can't be. That was obvious. That was actually a super easy one that I just didn't remember. Without a face, it would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira. When did I last play this? March of 2025. Yeah, I'm sure they mentioned it at some point. Because, like, I can't imagine that they would, like, oh, I'm sure you've played Trial and Tribulation, so you would already know this, right? So we're not even going to bother mentioning it. No, they're going to put it somewhere. Oh, my. Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. Ugh. And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder.
But then, who is the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper?
Yes, who is this other suspect, if indeed there is one at all? Let us hear the defense's brilliant deduction. I think the true identity of Lady Kira is the key to solving both murders. Not Mrs. Inman was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. I mean, I still want to know why. Pregnant people can kill. And Mr. Rebel. Mr. Rebel is a rebel. Yeah, I know. So that doesn't make sense. That leaves us with
Mr. Wright, You have that look again. One where you know you have to say something, but you can't figure out what it is.
This is my chance to really turn up the heat. I'll just have to stir the pot till something floats to the top. Oh god, that was lame. Your Majesty, I know who's been posing as the rebel hunter Lady Kira.
You do? Are you sure about that?
Yes, completely.
I sense that I may regret this, but please go on and explain.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. I'd take pregnant her over her. This isn't the right answer. This can't be the right answer. They've already ruled out 1, 2, 3. He was dead. But wait, shoot. Oh. He wasn't even here. Neither was she. That'd be kind of funny if she comes out and reacts like, "What are you talking about, Mr. Wright?" This is my guess, but I feel like I'm missing a link this time that I probably should know.
Take that!
True identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek is Ray Zealot.
What's this? High priest murdered disciple was Lady Kira, you say? Peace! I say peace! The defense will continue.
Yes, Your Majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only one left.
Objection!
Bro, can I at least provide my evidence? Like, objecting here doesn't do anything. The judge obviously wants me to provide to him my reasoning, and I did not finish with that yet.
But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence.
Well, yeah, maybe I'll have some solid evidence if you let me finish my fucking thought.
I assume you have evidence to back up your claim?
Yeah, if you had let me finish my goddamn thought, I would probably have given it to you, maybe. Perhaps. Yes, of course. I will have some in a moment, that is, at least I hope so. I wasn't Lady Kira, and neither was Mrs. Inme or any of the other possibilities. That leaves Zealot, and I have the evidence to prove it. Evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is this.
Take that!
This is what proves that Acolyte Zealot was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter. How absurd. What could that possibly prove? Prosecutor Sadmati. Zealot is like a very motivated, highly motivated, and probably obsessive follower of some sort of discipline or faith or whatever. I don't remember. Was it originally used to specify like a particular faith or discipline, and then it just kind of, you can kind of use it generically across any type of situation where that would apply. But I don't know if that like changed over time or what. Like, he would be a zealot because he is an incredibly devoted, perhaps obsessively so, devoted to his faith. You stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira. The reason you gave was that the High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. Ah. Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning letter anytime he wanted. What is he talking about? That's just not possible. Are you saying Lady Kira was not the culprit, but rather the victim? That's exactly what I'm saying.
What? That would overturn the entire premise of this case.
Yeah, that's the fucking point.
This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings. But if Lady Kira is one of the victims, who was the killer, and what was their motive?
So it starts from a more generic. It's the opposite. It started more generically. Just somebody who is overly passionate. The only suspect left is Mrs. Indy. There's only one possible motive. What if Mrs. Indy is a rebel?
What?
Fiend, you still bent on casting suspicion upon my lovely wife? Blasphemer, you have no evidence of this. Repent for the mistrust in your soul. Objection!
Well, you have no evidence either. Yeah, you know, he's right. But it's taken him way too long to establish that. Like, the burden of proof, again, is on them to prove that Maya is fact. Well, I should say that would be the case in the United States. The burden of proof would be on the prosecution to have to provide evidence to then find for the defendant to be found guilty. But here, apparently, it's just, no, we just say shit at each other and judge will figure it out. After all, the dagger with my client's prints on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And, yeah, right, it was the statue. And the Plum Punisher theme that he heard could have been an alarm clock. That means all the evidence linking her to the crime have been called into question.
Was Lady Indy a rebel? And did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Or was Acolyte Zealot a rebel? And was the accused Lady Kira who killed him? I would say either scenario is just as likely. What are we to do now?
The alarm clock, you say? You mean the one in the rebel hideouts?
Yes, but what of it?
So, that's it.
What's gotten into him?
Have it in me, just what is so comical?
Forgive my outbursts. That has simply tickled my funny bone.
What did?
The theme song came from the Plum Punisher clock, you say? That alarm could not possibly have gone off.
What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine the last time I checked.
Try using your head for a change. But not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if an alarm kept going off.
Wait, you don't mean...
Indeed, we leave the alarm switched off at all times. No!
Red guard. In that case,
I am sad to say that the defense's claim does not hold water.
would you care to respond, Mr. Wright? I very much would. Can't be happening. Not now. This can't be happening meter. Where are we at now?
This should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused's Trep, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel hunting Lady Kira and the victim's killer.
I need an opening. Something I can raise an objection to.
That Plume Punisher theme song acolyte Zealot heard in his final moments, I too heard it by way of the listening device.
But did you really? You had heard it. Why didn't you testify to that fact before?
Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute.
Yes, the matter of the theme song came up before Abbott and me was channeled. Oh, right. Well then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off?
Miserable wretch. That would be a pointless lie, when easily disproven.
Yeah, literally all we should do right now is go look.
If you check the clock, you'll see that the alarm is in fact switched off.
Really?
Come to think of it.
Oh, you can't really tell from that. Oh, so he could just be saying shit, and we have no idea. I'd like Maya to come back and testify to that, please. We set the switch back in the off position before we left.
I remember hearing it clearly. Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are etched in my mind. They went... like a dun 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 dun.
Distinctive taiko drums. The intro. This trial has gone on far too long. Oh, wow. One fucking day? Are you kidding me? I don't even think we're still out of the morning. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now?
By all means, and let us also return Abbott Enemy Spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife.
Objection!
Damn, objecting to him wanting to say a word to his wife. Now, hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty?
Yes.
The High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence.
It is. Still, you writhe in defiance of your fates. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul writhing in flames.
You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now, all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with that statement. Taiko, drum, intro. Okay, so what should we show him specifically? Do we show him this or do we show him this? So, no, it's like an actual ripoff of the Steel Samurai.
Take that!
If you get my drift. Okay, so it's not that. They want me to do the actual song first, which is fine. I think doing it either way is, like, going about it either way is fine. I would just do it the other way, because I'd be like, there's something called the Steel Samurai. What does she have on her wrist? The Steel Samurai. This, on the other hand, is the Plume Punisher, and this is what the Plume Punisher's sound is. But if you then listen to the Steel Samurai sound, then go from there. But
Take that!
this is fine too. This is what's inconsistent with this statement. My client's Plume Punisher strap.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, okay, so here's my problem with Phoenix. It's not relative to the original trilogy. It's relative to Apollo Justice. Like, the bar was set so high, so incredibly high for Phoenix and Apollo Justice, and then he just kind of reverted. I don't think he's worse than he was at the end of Trial and Tribulations, at the very least. But it was incredibly disappointing compared to where we were left after Apollo Justice. It plays the Plume Punisher theme song. Here it is, the theme to the Plume Punisher, Warrior of the Neo Twilight Realm. You see what I mean? Music the victim heard in his final moments might not have been the Plume Punisher theme song.
I'm afraid I am not following you.
This is why I would have done it the other way. Because he has no idea what the Steel Samurai is, which is why I would establish that immediately as the foundation. In his final moments, Acolyte Zealot heard prayers of the people. There are no taiko drums in the intro of the Plume Punisher theme. What Acolyte Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai, the little warrior of Neo. Let's do that again. The theme of the Steel Samurai warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. He would look silly without his inner monologue, with the way he moves. Why do you dislike them calling it a strap? I did hear that watching some other video. They had mentioned that the meme had been mentioned in a footnote, but I forgot about it and never went to go look at it.
Peace, 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 I say. Mr. Wright, what is this Steel Samurai of which you speak?
Wow, we do have a bunch of viewers. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. A like and share would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you. The Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo is an action hero show from America. Plume Punisher theme is a total it's very similar to it. Wait. This is probably my memory just not being up to where it should be, but that was probably established, right? That it was an American show? Even though it was the defender of Neo Old Tokyo in America? Maybe it was just something where, like, they didn't say that specifically, but you probably should have inferred it and then been like, huh, that's kind of weird. We did. But was it established in that case that it was an American show? Because it wasn't even, Japanifornia is not necessarily America. For all we know, it can be Japan America. I don't fucking know. Hey, Mooney. And again, it's entirely possible that it hasn't. I just don't remember. That's why I'm questioning it. God, when did we? Was it 2019 that we started the first game? It's been 7 years. It's been 7 fucking years. The best pasta has been made west of the Rockies, which is weird for many reasons. No, there's been American references. I think there was like a sports reference at one point. Cowboy from West LA, yeah. Well, to be fair, last time I streamed one of these games was early 2025. People frequently abbreviate strap-on to strap in LGBT circles, and apparently in other circles, straps means gun holster, which leads to some fun mix-ups. Well, why do you dislike it then? It's fun. I personally know all of these things as strap. I simply look at the context. The gun. I guess this speaks to where I grew up, but gun holster was definitely the first thing for me that got associated with the word strap. Or you could say that you are strapped, which means you have a gun on you, not necessarily even in a holster, just that you are equipped with a firearm. What if you say I'm all strapped up and you're referring to each and every one of them? Sorry, tangent. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two. Oh, speaking of which, I was thinking we should do another one of those funny fan fiction readings. Because that last one we did was hilarious. And that was like 5 years ago or something. Good lord. So if there's another like famous one, please let's get on that. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two. But the fact that Acolyte Zealot heard music from an American action hero show is irrefutable evidence that the accused was in the secret hideout. Actually, no. You have it backwards. Backwards? That's right. Miss Faye met an avid plumed Punisher fan here in Karine. And as a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the plumbed Punisher strap. Huh? And see, this would have already been established in the way that I would have presented the Foundation. Again, not that this is wrong, it takes longer to get there then. And the judge, is not going to know what you're talking about for, the first, your first, 2 or 3 points that you're trying to establish.
And this avid Plume Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealots.
Well, I suppose... okay. Actually, then, that does make the most sense for the point of being dramatic. Because that is more dramatic. It's like, reveal! Whereas the way I would do it would be boring. And the reveal would come immediately. There would be no build-up. I guess I'm just not an interesting guy. Legally yet. In the legal realm. Yes. That avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife. Believe in me.
Objection!
Yes, I would object to. How do I know that they switched these strapped items? You need to figure that out. I'm not just going to take your word for it. You have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright?
or as forgiving as the Holy Mother is. I doubt she would tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander. I suggest you prepare yourself to face Her Holiness's wrath.
Oh, I'm prepared to turn this entire case upside down, that is my warning shot. Brap! Talk about straps. This is my last chance. I better take a deep breath.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's go!
Hey, Trep, 5.5 years. Hey, you're 4 months away from your own. I don't even remember what the prayer was anymore. Hop Kirai. I know that's like the shorter one, right? Yeah, strap for cash. I'm strapped for cash. Like, that's a good call, Ventus. Because that is that one's a little less obvious. Happy Rocky. It's the greeting I see.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's go!
Yo, 70 months. We missed your 69th month. I'm so sorry. But at the same time, 70 is a big old number. And I appreciate you. Strapped, and strapped. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's go!
Edgeworth's getting down today. Yo, Locked Gal, thank you for the 41 months. That is indeed. Hey, Mooney, I don't know if that's how you want me to refer to you, because I know your name's different. Your username's different now. Do you still stream on Twitch? You were doing, like, Pokemon for a super long time, right? Like, insane challenges?
Very well then, please present your evidence if you would, defense.
The evidence that proves Mrs. Inme was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is this.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's go!
Mir with the 25 months. I mean, that's not a noob, dog.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's go!
And Tom, welcome back to the student body. I have to change the thing now, because now it's more of like a legal thing. That was something I was thinking about before I stopped streaming. I need to restructure that. But welcome back. I appreciate you. For whatever reason, it doesn't tell me how many months. I know you. It's definitely been more than 1 month, so I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm not sure if it reset you or just doesn't do it. Like, I wonder if you go another month, if it would say 2 months, or if it would, like, revert back to whatever the initial month amount was. Thank you, guys. All of yous wonderful peoples for your membership subs. And just a reminder, that wonderful little tune was from an anime called Bento, which I heard that theme and I'm like, they did not get fucking Lil Jon and the East Side Boys to make a fucking like a 5-second anime song. Anyways. No, I don't think a downgrade does it. I think the only thing that does that is if you break the streak, because I'm pretty sure I've seen people downgrade from like Dean's List to student, and it still kept the Mooney. Went from Dean's List to student, and the amount's still there. As long as you don't break the streak, I think it still keeps the numbers. You have been, but I appreciate you. It would, and this is gonna, this is something that, a message that's going to be, it was included in all my original takes of the video that's gonna come out. It made me feel so bad that the people were still paying monthly and I wasn't doing anything. That's why it was always my intent to come back at some point and, you know, get going again, because I can at least then try to make up for what was missed during that time. Yeah, you're all wonderful, and I appreciate you so much. Oh, I gotta give them the watch, right?
Take that!
Right here in this family photo, proof that Mrs. Inme and Miss Faye traded items featuring their favorite characters.
Objection!
A family photo? What exactly should we be looking at here? Bro, I just told you. God damn it. Every time I say bro to start a sentence, I actively, hit myself in my brain. I get this, reaction where I'm like, what'd you do that for? And then I blame the person that, you know, incited me to do so, because I'm not pleased. Not pleased. Absolutely the most overused, what would that be, honorific? This pronoun of sorts used? Bro. God. And you always see it. You know what? I'm not gonna get on that tangent. I'm just gonna make myself mad. The proof that they exchange items featuring their favorite characters is right here. Their favorite items, or their favorite characters as items.
Take that!
Look at Miss Inme's left wrist. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there, which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch. Ha! Pronoun. Tom, I actually don't mind bra as much, because at least they're leaning into how ridiculous it is. Unless they're serious. A lot of people will do it ironically, and that's kind of funny.
Bruh? What you doing, bruh?
I don't hear that as often.
Why, I never knew your wife had such hobbies, evidently.
Yes, that's what we should be focusing on, Judge. Excellent. This family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap, and Mrs. Enemy had the Samurai watch. So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Mrs. Inme was wearing. I wish to amend my testimony. What I thought were taiko drums or something else. My wife never had such a watch. Oh my God, your next sentence better explain why she has it in that fucking photo, or I'm going to strangle you through this screen. Bruv is also fucking annoying. That's why I can't watch Will Ospreay do a fucking, to a promo, because every other goddamn word he says is bruv. It's like, dude, do you have any other personality? It's the truth, I tell you. You must believe me, Your Majesty. I think he agrees with me. Sucks because Will Ospreay is a fantastic wrestler. On promos, though.
Be not deceived by the defense's lawyerly chicanery. Do not be deceived by him doing his job well.
Yeah, that's actually true. I don't want to strangle Maya. That would be very bad. I forgot about that for a second, despite the hair. Now what? Been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? Dog. I do dog. That's because nobody does dog. I mean, some people do, but not nearly as many. And I think it's just I think it's endearing. Dog. Sorry. Now I miss my my paralegal. I haven't seen her in a while since I left. But that's how we greeted each other every day. It was so awesome. We'd be like, dog, what up? Oh man. I'll see her. Got a wedding coming up, so I'll be seeing her soon, but just haven't talked to her in a while. He's been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? Oh yeah, where I was going with this. Dude said my wife never had this item, and yet there is a picture showing her with that item. And I'm pretty sure this place doesn't have Photoshop. So, that can't be ignored. Not falling for Updog. What is Updog? Oh, Dan Evident, you are the most innocent old man I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, see, isn't that cool? That you got that kind of, chill relationship. It really helped us. We worked very well together, and I knew I could always trust her to get stuff done. Which is, I've been very lucky in my career to have had amazing paralegals. The only paralegals that weren't amazing, I knew they weren't going to be amazing because they weren't trained, and we were going to have to train them. So that's just something that you account for, right? So it's not that I think they were bad, it's just no experience. So we had to train them, and then either they left for something else or they ended up being amazing after that. So yeah, which is unfortunate because a lot of attorneys do not have good relationships with their support staff. They are huge assholes. And it's so sad. There was, when I was graduating from law school, how much should I divulge here? Okay, so I think I've mentioned this before, but 2014, there was this period where my wife and I, we weren't married at the time, broke up for like 6 months or something like that. During those 6 months, I had a fling with a legal assistant at a mid-sized firm. And she would tell me all the time about it wouldn't be, well, she said it wasn't her that was getting mentally abused by these attorneys, which I believe because one of her attractive points is that she was a very strong and mentally strong and person who always stood up for herself and didn't take shit from anybody. That's always fantastic. That's the type of paralegal. Anyways, she would tell me these stories, and I was just blown away by. I knew that there were problems like that, but to the point where shit's getting thrown across a room, somebody has to run home crying. That's not a good work environment. That sounds terrible. Even one time the attorney actually broke down crying because he was going through a divorce at some point, and well, the assistant definitely brought that up, and if you can't take it, you better not dish it. and it like affected his work for like a week or something like that. Like it's crazy how off politics can be in the legal field sometimes, just because of how high stress things are. And this might be a controversial thing to say. Based on my experience, I believe you cannot be an average person and be an attorney. Reason I say that is to be an attorney, to be a successful attorney, I should say, someone who is able to do your job and not let the weight of it ultimately collapse upon you. You have to have some ability to remove yourself from things that the average person cannot in order for your mind to stay straight and sane as much as possible. That's why the average person not do it the same way that somebody who, like, I think, what is it? What isn't there a numbers with, like, this is the extreme example. I'm not saying these are attorneys, but CEOs, because that's a much smaller population, right? Because we're talking about at the extreme end. Isn't there something like, I know it's I think it's like a theoretical number, but like half of them are almost certainly psychopaths or something like that, because you kind of have to be in order to do that job correctly. Like, that's just the way that it is. And you can always I never tell anybody, well, if you have this sort of disposition, don't do it. If that's what you want to do, you can try it. You just have to understand that there is going to be a discomfort zone that you are going to be in constantly, and it sucks. Like, it's just something that you are going to have to deal with. I never wanted to be in litigation. That was never anything I had interest in when I was going through school. But those were the jobs that were hiring that I was able to get at the time. Well, I shouldn't say that. That was the work that was available for me at the time, opening my own firm. That was really, like, by far the easiest work to get. And that's because it's harder to find litigators, because so many people don't want to litigate because they don't have the constitution for it. And to a certain extent, I don't. I've done it for 10 years. I would really still prefer to never have to do it, because it is a discomfort zone for me. It's why alcoholism is so prevalent among lawyers in general. But yes, Scott. I don't even remember how we got on that tangent, but hopefully that was interesting enough. Okay. He's been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? More butterflies, apparently. There is a big gaping hole in his flimsy claim. A big gaping hole? I don't think so. Oh, no, I'm afraid it is there, all right. Just like the big gaping holes in your putrid brain. Objection ad hominem? What is this adding, Your Honor? My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. Oh. There was a... So you can't directly insult people, right? Because the judge isn't going to stand for it. But lawyers will attempt to, within their arguments, make little jabs at a person's potential competence. And boy, do I love when that happens, when people send one my way, because I love being able to send it back. And I've been fortunate enough to not be in a situation, well, I shouldn't say fortunate, it's because I do my job well. But I have never been in a position to take a beating from one of those, thankfully. I'm not a zombie after all. I'm not a zombie after all. I don't know how he wanted me to read that. Says the dead lawyer walking.
He who is narrow of vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture. Or as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees.
I think he has that slightly off.
Or if it is as you said, and Lady Envy, the rebel, slew Acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira, then the rebel hunter would have been dead before the high priest was slain.
Oh, that means...
Yeah. Lady Kira didn't fucking... Acolyte Zealot didn't kill the high priest. His fucking wife did.
Maybe.
The high priest could not have been slain by the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
How could I have missed that? Wait. Why are we even... I guess, was it considered a finding of fact that Maya, because you couldn't have found that Maya was in fact the rebel hunter that had been around for all those years based on what happened in that case. All you could find, not and unreasonably, quite frankly, was that she was the one who dressed up as Lady Kira and then killed him, but nothing beyond that.
So,
But the game's gonna do whatever it wants.
so tell me, who are you going to say killed the high priest now?
No. Huh, okay, interesting. I thought it was from. That's how I've always heard it, not for. Because it makes more sense to me, because if you're missing the forest from the trees, what you're doing is you're, like Tom said, even though these two things are supposed to be in one big picture, you are unable to spot the details that matter. Taking something from another thing. Maybe I've been wrong, but I have never heard it as for the trees until tonight. All right, let's take a look. Sorry, this needs to be addressed. The first AI overview on Google says it's can't see the forest for the trees. So that's the common way of saying. This is one where they say can't see the forest through the trees. Because of the trees. That's like the guy was saying. And then here's from the trees. I guess all of them are indeed ways it has been said. The most common is indeed the way that it is for the trees. As long as they're still communicating what they're supposed to, yeah. Oh, Trep just did it faster than me. Young big brain, and I'm an old meandering dinosaur at this point. Brontosaurus-like.
Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that riddle your putrid brain?
Bro, didn't you irritating me. Somebody asked me what I think of him. He is irritating me right now. I am literally unc status. I am an uncle of 2 awesome nephews. But yeah, I suppose officially or unofficially, as a evolving person, yes, that's where I would probably fall now. Yeah, but you can be an uncle, but like not actually be an unc status because you're not to that like point, right? I knew somebody who their aunt was younger than them. And I know that's not like there are certain places where that's not like super uncommon, but when I heard about that as like a 5th grader, my mind was fucking blown. Yeah, I think I originally heard it as nip it in the butt, which is which I know it's nip it in the bud, but butt's funnier. So I like using that one more because it still addresses it the same way. He's gonna have to be patient. I have a lot to say. I'm in hot water now. I don't have any other suspects in the high priest murder. I mean, some people like being in hot water. Have you ever heard of a hot tub? Let me tell you, there are some that are not time machines, and you can just sit there and enjoy the hot water, and it calms a lot of people. So, Phoenix, maybe it's about time you start reworking your whole perspective on life. So yeah, we don't have hot springs because we're not that cool. I wish. I mean, we might. I just have never been in a place that had one. You have had one. You mindless zombie. You should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Now let it go and move on. No, I will never give up. How many times has he said that in this one case? I just need to think things through and figure out who really killed the High Priest. Oh, I forgot about this. The Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira. He couldn't have killed the High Priest. The question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of this case in order. What evidence can tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Yep. Oh, right. Maya said that the spring had been stained red before the rite even began. The spring was already red before the High Priest's murder because of Zealot's blood. That's right. Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the rite. His blood had flowed into the spring. Second, the High Priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout. Why didn't he report it to the authorities? Didn't I say that, like... Have I been streaming? 2 hours and 50 minutes? 2 hours and 52 minutes? 2 hours and 50 minutes ago? If Mai had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the High Priest inform the authorities right then? Which is like, bro, it's a hideout. God damn it. Fuck. I'm frustrated. If he reported Zealot's murder, the authorities would find out about the hideout. That's what he was worried about. But by going through with the rite, the High Priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to... The scene had already been... Oh, unless it hadn't been. He just lied about that. That makes sense. wanted to set up the crime scene to conceal the hideout. But how was he planning on concealing the source of the blood in the spring? Wait. Was there something in the whatchamacallit where she would have to like cut herself or something as a part of like the rite? There was the broken lantern. Might be overthinking this. He didn't empty any spring. What would he have emptied it? Using his own blood makes the most sense. But does it mean like, well, he killed himself? Because that's not what he was trying to do. He concealed the source of the blood with his own. That was how he kept the rebel hideout a secret, all starting to fall into place. I know who killed the high priest. It was... Okay, I did not see that coming. It's literally just like... Well, he's not going to kill him. Oh. Oh. I see. I see. Man. Talk about a fucking zealot to a cause. Holy shit. Yeah, see, Ken's got it. Ken's got the right of it. The high priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. Wow. That's an insane overreaction. There was no other way you could have done that? Dude jumped to, I gotta kill myself. It's the only way. The high priest wasn't murdered by anyone. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What? Oh, what? What's this? Okay, maybe this will be explained, but if that was the case, why wouldn't he have just admitted that right away? Because it's still not... If he had just said, I killed myself, would we have ever got to the implication of his wife being involved? Okay. Maybe it's something faith-related? I guess we'll see. I mean, it's blasphemous in many faiths. I don't remember if it is in this faith.
The high priest committed suicide. I've never heard anything more absurd.
Objection. Like, dude would rather have had an innocent person die to cover up his suicide. Damn, that's fucked up.
The lawyer has placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. Its putrid gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic.
What hole?
Your asshole, of course. You still fail to understand. You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. You claim the high priest took his own life. Have you considered who brought the dagger to the Plaza of Devotion?
Ah.
After the high priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte Zealot's dead body. Only the accused Maya Fey could have done that.
Use his gaping hole. A lot.
Is as Prosecutor Sagbadi says. Your claim is rather porous in its logic. Your evidence is too weak. You cannot prove that the High Priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideouts.
Ugh. You're right. The dagger was impaled in Zealot's body. The body had been placed in the plaza the previous day.
Oh, Mr. Wright, would you care to respond?
Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the riot.
What if the dagger was also already in him at that time?
The dagger was never at the inner sanctum.
Of course, that's it. What is it?
It depends on what the definition of it is. Of it is. There was no need to move the dagger. It had already been stabbed into Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the riot, which making nobody having seen that even more ridiculous.
What's... So that means... What does that mean?
It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life.
Objection! No weapon was ever found at the inner sanctum. If you will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion.
Well, yeah, if it was his wife, she would have taken it with her.
Show us what you believe is the real... Show us what you believe the real murder weapon would be.
The real weapon? Nothing, but I know there had to be a weapon there. Let me think back to the trial. On the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need.
Well, the defense can't tell us what the real murder weapon is.
I mean, based on its placement, the flower.
Take that!
Really killed him has been at the inner sanctum all this time. Reality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right, it was the Warbot statue.
Oh, Gunga! I believe that the statue claimed both victims' lives.
Would you care to chime in, Abbott and me?
No, he lies. Pay him no heed.
Why, it's...
Oh, here we go.
Lady in me.
That's what she said? That's probably an appropriate response. That's what the strap is for. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, her voice was like, "Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough?" That looks pretty good.
Believe. No. Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing.
Please, Abbott and me, let your wife speak.
Man, he grunts a lot for a dead dude.
Now, Lady Inme, please continue if you would.
It's that time again.
And what time would that be?
2:30 in the afternoon, the time my husband conducts his daily prayers. And the time Gray was slain.
That sound, it's the Steel Samurai alarm.
I, too, like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So I set an alarm to remind me each day, but I had no idea it would come to this.
And this mic is great for this sort of thing. It was always really difficult, the other mic.
No, stop. She knows not what she speaks.
Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot.
Did us? Well, he tried. And like I said earlier, I probably would have done the same thing, even if she was the one that killed me.
Abbott Inme. Bailiff, summon a physician at once.
That's not even Abbott Inme. That's fucking Maya. Jesus Christ. Be concerned for my client. He'll tried. He'll tried.
The physician is now attending the high priest, so there is no need to fear.
Again, that is not the high priest.
Now, let us continue.
And what about the half of him called Maya that's still among the living? Exactly. I would have called him out on it. Mrs. Inme? That doesn't sound great either. What did they think about how the feminine half of this duo was going to be I'm not sure. It worked fine for Abbott, not so much for her. Mrs. Inme, will you tell us everything you know? You too, Han. Have a good night.
The truth is, I am a rebel just like my husband. This tragedy unfolded before the rite during the Feast of Blessings. I'd gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Dad's escape.
That's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared?
Yes. Frey was shocked when he saw me there.
Acolyte Zealot did not know you were a rebel?
I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout.
Then he suddenly came face to face with Mrs. Inme. So the true identity of the rebel-hunting Lady Kira was Prey Zealot?
Yes. He was a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice.
Secret police?
And this is what he said to me. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Ministry has my back. He was using his position within the secret police to deal us rebels a heavy blow. But murder sanctioned by the crown is still murder.
Shit. Now, see? Trick up Minister Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira. No, this can't be. My father would never. This must be a bolt out of the blue for Rafa. I mean, really, Rafa? I mean, look at your fucking dad. If he weren't a murderer, I'd be surprised. This explains why Acolyte Zealot abandoned his real name.
Yes. He even went as far as covering up the tattoo that all Carinus clergy members receive.
Lady Kira was a member of the secret police? That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks.
You never thought that was fucking weird? I guess I'm not alone in hearing this for the first time.
But, this cannot be.
Is this true? The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder?
Peace. Now, Lady and me, please continue.
Bray suddenly laughed at me. Bray suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the stone slab toward him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur.
Allow me to take it from here. Abbot and me, are you sure you're all right now? I'm sorry you had to see that, but you need not worry about me. I am already dead.
Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life.
After I learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zealot, I chilled his body with snow to make it seem as if he had died more recently than he did. Then I later moved it to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted the dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at that time, for it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything was wrong until the rite had concluded. Knowing that everybody is such a fucking idiot around this place that they would not notice this extremely interesting knife protruding from this well-known man's neck. It is perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying.
No. 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 That is not plausible.
We do treasure our prayer time, after all.
Like, the peripheral vision of everybody in this town must be crazy bad. So you admit you tried to pin this crime on Maya Fey. Okay. So if he's trying to save his wife, I mean, not that that's good, but I understand that more than just for the rebel base. Again, it's a hideout. You can change hideouts. Wife? I want to see her get executed.
Yes, this was all my doing. I never told my wife of my plan, but surely she would have tried to stop me.
That's a lot of dots. How did you get Miss Faye's fingerprints on the dagger?
I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before. And right before the rite, I drugged her with the sleeping agent. And I put Lady Kira's robes over the warbot statue.
That means I was probably already groggy by the time the rite started.
Finally, I ended my own life, sure that the crime would appear to have been by Acolyte Faye's own hand. But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground.
Maybe I'm just a weird person, but a knife, a warbot. Think about it. The warbot is like a really highly like visible symbol for their faith. If I saw it sticking out of the guy's neck, yeah, I would probably notice. Not when we saw him, he wasn't. Oh, what? Actually, now that you say that, I do vaguely remember there being something about a robe. I don't know. I'd probably still check, because I'm fucking nosy. Yeah, I think that was my point at the time. Okay, there was a robe, but that knife is huge. It would have looked really weird. Like, you gotta chalk it up to a culture thing, I guess, because I would not have reacted the same way as everyone else did.
Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How did they end up there if they were on the statue?
After I impaled myself on one of the statue's dagger-like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed onto the robes, taking them with me as I fell back onto the ground.
That Maya had on her? Oh, no, the statue had them. Right, okay, that's fine.
How terrible! What possessed you to do such a thing?
Needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused. Prosecutor Sadmati, as one well-versed in our kingdom's legal system, I would expect you of all people to understand. Understand what?
This kingdom's legal system is trash. This is Inmi's crime, your suicide? It can't be. That would be sadder than sad.
I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks.
Yes, I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life. The flower? There's those who would support criminals.
Take that!
The Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Mrs. Inmi's killing of Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Fey, and probably thought that he'd very easily get away with it for that exact same reason.
I fail to see what that has to do with his suicide.
In crime, the divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest wanted to frame Miss Fey as a serial killer, a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments.
The lawyer speaks true. That is why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the Warbod statue. I made it seem that Acolyte Fey was the rebel-hunting Lady Kira. What? Are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence?
I mean, it wasn't false. It was simply misleading.
Forgive me your benevolence, but it was the only way to help my lovely wife.
You had approached me first. I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense.
Perhaps, but I had little faith in lawyers, despite being a rebel. How utterly foolish to cast one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Yet had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man.
Yeah, I assume they knew she wasn't Kira, but they probably also realized then that she couldn't have been the one to kill him, but I guess what motivation do they have to have the truth come out? Because it seems to me like it's all run by Mr. She. So he didn't strike me as a guy who gave a shit about Maya. Yeah, exactly. Better let the foreigner take the fall. Super clean. That's it.
This cannot be. All I have done under the laws of our kingdom, it has all been...
Poor Rafa. She's really taking this hard. Yeah, it's her one job, and she got, like, used like a tool. But I can't say I'm surprised. It was bound to happen.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, it is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law.
Of course, I'll do whatever I can.
What I've done to you and Acolyte Faye is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble of apologies. Your Majesty,
Yes,
I ask that you please look after my wife.
you have my word.
Your benevolence, it is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. The Magatama of parting, if you please. Very well. Your benevolence, please allow me the honor. Yes, it would be more fitting for you to send him on his way.
This is in me. Add more words to it, then I won't react that way.
Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you one last time. Thank you for everything.
Dude's shoulders are fucking broad. Jesus.
I'm sorry to leave you like this, my love. But now you can watch over me from the world. Oh, but now you can watch over me from the world beyond.
For real. Jesus.
Yes, always and forever. And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you. Damn, that's sad.
But I guess she probably got more out of it than most people did. She actually got to see him one more time. And send him off. Come on, dude. Smile once. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. That was nice.
Farewell, my darling trust.
Oh. That that hinting towards something? No, she trusts no one ever again.
The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm.
Maya.
I feel great. I guess that means he didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh, but what about the trial, Nick?
It's over. It was a sad reality born of love and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act.
Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Let us not talk about the Defense Culpability Act any longer so that we do not scrutinize it any further. I find you not guilty. Boom, boom, boom. Does the prosecution have anything to say?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I owe a debt to you, one that I will pay back in court someday.
Now, to deliver today's verdict, that was quite ominous. Okay, and overturn that of yesterday's trial. With respect to all current and previous charges against them, I hereby declare the accused, Maya Fey, and her defense, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Guilty. Not guilty.
Okay, that was pretty.
So I was thinking, Nick, legal system here is really stacked against the defense.
To say the least.
It's totally unfair.
Yeah, even forced the high priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife. I don't know what it is about her voice, but I think it won't matter how much time has passed. I will always be able to, like, get back to her precise voice.
It's just so sad.
Protect the status quo or join the revolution. If the real Lady Kira were here, I wonder which side she would take. She'd just kill everyone. Your benevolence?
Huh? What?
I was just wondering, are you all right? Yeah, I'm sure she's fucking fine. Phoenix, Jesus Christ. Are you all right? Don't ask people, are they all right? Like, just go straight to, like, hey, I know shit sucks. I'm here to talk if you want. And just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Why would anybody, even if they say yes, they're lying? What's the fucking point?
Quiet, you. How could I possibly be all right?
Exactly.
My whole life is a lie.
Yeah, she's not doing well at all. You know, I was against the whole ad hominem thing, but dude does have some gaping holes in his brain.
Who do you think you are? Suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insights underfoot and plunging the Hall of Justice into utter chaos. You even desecrated my mother and father's teachings, you soulless infidel.
Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual.
What am I to do? I had always believed that communing with the victim's Mitama would lead me to the absolute truth. Each time you overturned my insights, revealed that they served to support false charges rather than the truth.
Again, it's not that your seance divination created, like, or provided false charges. That was people manipulating them into helping them create false circumstances. What you showed is still the truth. It's just a matter of, you can't just look at something like that and assume that that's everything we need to know.
I am now left with that heavy truth in my heart.
I'm sorry, Rafa. Why don't you say that aloud?
Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voices of the Mitama.
She's no longer going to hear the voices in her head. They're no longer going to come to her. They will no longer understand. They will no longer talk to her. I don't know who this is. Just that.
That's where you're wrong. The holy benevolence person, yeah.
Maya?
How dare you? Your role is to bring forth the voices of Mitama into our world. If you don't do it, who will? You know nothing, Maya Faye.
Good Lord.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing, Maya Faye. It was spirit channeling, not a divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ this Queen's secret art? But what can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours. Is it not a cruel joke? The royal priestess bested by a lowly outsider.
Don't be so hard on yourself. That's actually a really funny response. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Why not? Is it worth at least a laugh? It is. Wait. Oh. Why not? It is worth at least a laugh or two. You shouldn't talk like that. Huh? Listen, your benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? The station of Royal Priestess is not something to abandon lightly. The station of Royal Priestess?
I can't get my rasp in her voice right now because my throat is literally not allowing me to do the rasp right now.
The people of your kingdom believe in you, but if you really mean all that you just said, then what are they supposed to believe in? You know not of what you speak. Actually, I kinda do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home. A village master, you say? I did not know. I owe you an apology. Even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner. It's all right, Your Benevolence. I don't know what that word means. Thank you for finally acknowledging me.
Imagine her coming out. Start the show. He's just like,
Rafa, acknowledge me.
OTC. Okay, it's too late. Too late. I am fucking out of it. I'm imagining Maya Fey as Roman Reigns. Future queen and a future village master? I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, considering they may have had a common ancestor. Maya's right, Your Benevolence.
Barbed head?
Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate.
I guess I don't really see it that way.
You should be proud of what you did. You played an important role in assuring that justice was served. Yeah, exactly. They were accurate. It's simply how were people interpreting them. That's why I don't. That's why I don't understand this train of thought. I mean, like, I get why she's doing it. She's the one who feels used right now. But Phoenix should know better. Who the fuck is Neophyte Red Glare? Oh, actually, yeah, you're probably right. Insights. Right, that's right. I forgot that they were considered separate from the... You had the seances and then her insights. Yes. No, Trep, you are correct. I am wrong. I forgot that they were split like that. That makes more sense. And besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. The Defense of Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all. All right, have a good night, Tom.
But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel. Your Benevolence, as Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task.
Man, she really hates contractions.
Knowing you, your Benevolence, you're more than capable.
I've never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. What was that? It came from the hallway. Oh, we better go check it out. Hurry.
I just blew up the place. Ha 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 ha. Just a little joke. Just a little rebel joke.
This is in me.
Mr. Wright, Acolyte Faye, I'm so sorry for what transpired. You were almost sentenced to death because of me.
You did that with her lipstick? Hey, that was smooth.
I will make amends by picking up where my husband left me. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. But that is the depth of my love for my dearly departed husband.
Damn, they are fucking elite tier married couple. Jesus Christ. I respect that level of love so much. I know it's not an excuse to do terrible things, but man, what is there a greater state of emotion in this world than feeling that level of love for somebody and having it reciprocate? I don't think so. Hey, lady in me, we gotta hurry. That voice, is that Mr. Arrowball?
I must tell the people, they must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one.
Oh, she actually did fucking blow something up. Holy shit.
Actually wasn't joking at all. Gotta go, bye. We built on the backs of innocents charged with false crimes under the odious DC Act. We have it in our power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly.
Hey there, PW. I wish we had more time to talk, but Dirk, everything's ready. It's go time. Dirk? Did I give him a voice? Okay, Oron. Good fucking lord. Or Oren, sorry. It's like how I, as Wisconsinites, say Oregon instead of Oregon. Oron works the same way. Oh, fuck, I didn't think I'd have to give a new voice today. This is the big of the rebels. Oh, hey, saved by the strong silent type. Let's go. Wait, was that the rebel leader Dirk? After him. Don't let him get away. Power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly. It's the start of a legal revolution.
Hey, Nick. Hate to bother you while you're lost in thoughts. I just got this great idea.
What is it?
Steel Samurai versus the Rebel Dirk. I bet it'd make for another awesome TV show.
Good lord.
And if we threw the Blue Punisher in there, everyone would go nuts over it.
I'll never get what she sees in those shows. But it's good to know that no matter what happens, mine will always be mine. Hey. Trep, what I was actually asking in the Discord was how much longer for this case. You had said one more stream, I would have called you a fucking liar. Like, no way. We did's good today. We did's good today. All right. So do we give the little sneak peek before ending stream? I inadvertently did a whole bunch of edging the viewers there. Like, dude, just at least do one more fucking stream for like an hour or for like a year and a half. At least finish that fucking case. You're almost there. Are we going back to Apollo and Athena? Okay, Danganronpa killer.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it?
Is he a
It's
former
9,
lost boy?
11.
Okay, that was a little disappointing. Though I suppose after the start of last case, it was gonna be hard to live up to that. Don't worry, I have an idea. That means none of those words mean anything without context. All right. Oh. Save. Next stream. For the first week since everything went down for me, family, I'm not going back home this coming week. Or this now week, if you're already in Sunday like I am. So that's good news for streaming. The bad news for streaming Ace Attorney is that Tuesday, Genshin Impact gets version 7.0 in Snezhnaya. I'm going to be streaming the fuck out of that probably Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is my guess. So I do want to get one more of these streams in before that starts. So we'll stream either tomorrow night, Monday night. Probably more likely tomorrow is my guess. So that is the plan for next stream. But I'll post something for sure, not too late in Discord, so that you guys know. I'll try to make a decision by like my early afternoon. But if you don't hear anything from me, assume that the stream is happening tomorrow night. Because then I can get a day of rest in between then the next few streams, which will be Genshin Impact, as we explore through all of the new and potentially last nation. That's planned. Always, if you want to keep up with that news, come join the Discord. Trying to make it more active again. I'm trying to be more active. And yeah, thank you so much to everybody who came and watched, chatted, people that lurked. You're all very much appreciated. Thank you to all my members, the new ones, the reactives, the 69, 70 plus months. It's it was a lot of fun. I missed this a great deal. I mean, the other streams were fun too, but there isn't anything like the Ace Attorney streams, right? There's something a little different about these, and that's because of both the game and because of you guys. So yeah, if you don't hear anything, assume it's tomorrow, not Monday, because that's my default is that's how I would like to do it. All right. Cool. Have a good night, everybody. Okay. Have a good day. Have a good today, whatever time that might be. Bye. Bye.